I have asked Senator Joan Menard to contact the Department of Revenue and the Department of Education, as suggested by the state auditor. Both state agencies have pledged their support in establishing this joint public-private state-local task force. A preliminary meeting has been established for June 30th. Effective immediately, all city-owned vehicles shall be used exclusively for official business, and the practice of take-home cars without justification and approval shall immediately cease. To the extent that they are approved, we will be in compliance with state and federal tax laws on taxable income attributed to the use of those vehicles. When I was a state representative and had a parking space at the State House, I had to declare that on my income tax. We will follow the law in the city of Fall River. I have already instructed the Human Services Department to establish a system to monitor employees' accumulated vacation and sick time. If we don't keep accurate records of city employees, then at the time of their retirement, they will receive thousands of dollars for time used, but never deducted from the records. I have also written to the State Attorney General, Martha Coakley, to conduct an investigation to determine the legal avenues available to recover any investment losses the state auditor's report has identified. As recommended by the state auditor, I am establishing a revenue enhancement committee consisting of the Corporation Counsel, the city treasurer, city collector, city assessor, and the director of information systems. The purpose of this committee is to ensure that every dollar owed to the city is accounted for and paid on time. In addition, I have directed the city treasurer to provide me by the close of business tomorrow with a plan and report that details the complete and accurate data on the BFI settlement and the city's use of the settlement funds. And to give me a status of the 2006 audit management letter recommendations and when each will be closed if there is anything outstanding in that letter. We do not have sufficient financial management and information systems staff to both correct the past deficiencies, create new systems, process the backlog we have, and maintain day-to-day operations. They cannot handle those tasks simultaneously. I have spoken with experts in the field to assess how much it would cost to get our financial house in order. I'm being told it would cost between $450,000 and $700,000. These positions are critical. The longer we wait, the more costly this task will become. We're already in danger of losing over $8 million in federal funds. Therefore, I will be asking the City Council to appropriate $600,000 from free cash to a stabilization fund. The use of these monies will be restricted to financial management improvements, such as a projects manager, training, temporary personnel, consultants, collection agency, and outside tax collection services. Weeks ago, we requested and received an appropriation from the council for upgrades to our technology system. We knew we had problems, but we didn't know to what extent. Therefore, I will also be asking for a $400,000 appropriation from free cash to a companion stabilization fund. The use of these monies will be restricted to information technology improvements and training. We must look at the common needs and potential of consolidating 3 technology departments at City Hall, the school department, and the police department. A disturbing example of the city's urgent need for training is the mishandling of annual payments made by the Fall River Housing Authority to the city. The auditor was unable to find any evidence of such payments. Upon receipt of the report, we immediately called the Housing Authority. They were insistent that the payments had been made. After hours of investigation, we determined that the city had placed the payments in the wrong account and improperly posted them under the name of another entity. This is totally unacceptable. When it comes to these payments, we don't ask about them. We don't even verify that they're correct or accurate. We merely accept them and put them in the wrong account. Let me tell you what's correct. On this issue, the auditor's report. The bottom line is this: regardless of the department or function, everything involves the computer, and everyone needs to be trained to succeed on the computer. It is an essential resource, and the city has gone far too long without it. In 2001, many of you sitting here helped appropriate $700,000 to put the Munis accounting system in place. And we provided 1 day of training to personnel. 1 day. Do you wonder why it isn't being used? I will also be asking the City Council to appropriate $200,000 for a stabilization fund restrictive to other management and program assessments, evaluations, and improvements. None of these funds can be used without a 2/3 vote of this city. You wonder why I said I am embarrassed. Pride, citywide. It means pride in our city by the way it looks, but also by the way it works. Ladies and gentlemen, we all know our situation is horrendous. The question is, what are we going to do about it? As the Chief Executive Officer of this city, I have tonight put before you a course of action. My administration will lead that action. As the saying goes, it's hard, dirty work, but someone has to do it. And we were elected to do it. I'm ready, willing, and able, and I'm confident that every elected official in this room is similarly disposed and motivated. We have a duty to our citizens. Let's meet that duty. Let's begin tonight. I thank you for your courtesy and extending me the invitation to speak and present this case before. Thank you.